Jacqui, thanks for joining us. Reactec is better known for its hand-arm vibration technology, and now you've launched R-Link. Tell us a little bit about that.
Launching R-Link was about expanding the utility of our first wearable device, HAVWEAR. By giving it greater purpose, the hope was then we would expand the likelihood of workplaces embracing technology as a means of creating safer and healthier workplaces.
R-Link has its roots in the work that Reactec undertook in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Can you explain more about that, please?
So the concept of a multi-purpose wearable first came about during the COVID-19 pandemic and the need to segregate workers to avoid transmission within the workplace. One of our engineers had the idea of using Bluetooth signal strength between watches as a means of determining the separation between two people. So after 5 weeks of development, we were able to push some software out to our existing clients, and they then were able to turn what was a HAVWEAR'S monitor into not only that, but also a device which was a proximity warning system for people who were too close to each other and at risk of spreading COVID-19.
Why is proximity technology so important in the modern industrial setting?
In the most recent statistics from the Health and Safety Executive, it was shown that pedestrians being struck by either moving vehicles or moving machinery was the highest recorded cause of fatalities within the construction sector. It's also recorded that there are over 1,300 collisions between pedestrians and forklifts in the UK alone. So when our technology was able to address the issue of the proximity between pedestrians or people, it seemed obvious to us to push the technology and address this critical issue of segregating people from machines in a whole variety of workplaces.
So tell us, Jacqui, what's the difference between R-Link and its predecessor?
Well, determining the distance between a pedestrian and a moving vehicle reliably and quickly requires the use of a much more modern technology than we were using in social distancing. R-Link is therefore a radical innovation over its predecessor, in particular using a technology which is known as ultra-wideband technology. But with that technology also comes incredible flexibility in how that technology can be adapted to particular work environments. Modern work sites and logistics areas are dynamic and need to operate efficiently, while technology that's actually designed to restrict movements needs to therefore be able to flex to changing patterns of work or changing responsibilities. And we believe we can deliver that because we can tailor a watch to the responsibilities of an individual. So whether you're a forklift driver who are driving a forklift and then operating around other forklifts on foot, or whether you're operating a 20-ton crane and require slingers to operate close to your crane, we believe what we will deliver is proximity warnings as and when required, but only as and when required.
Tell us about the data analysis that Reactec carries out alongside R-Link and why that's so important for organisations.
Well, as with our ethos to managing hand-arm vibration exposure, the principle is not simply about providing an alert to a worker of their potential harm. It's about empowering managers and supervisors with information that allows them to have a real-world perspective of the risk environment for their workers. In the case of proximity between workers and machines, that's near-miss data on the who, the where and the when, an incredibly powerful data set that can be used to design safer work environments. So rather than simply mitigate risk, you're in a position to prevent risk for the long term.
Now you have a range of enhancements that you're going to introduce alongside R-Link. What are these and how are they going to be delivered to customers?
Having released R-Link in the summer of 2022, we are releasing some further remote software updates early 2023, and these will encompass all the feature sets around enabling a driver of a vehicle. So it will allow the driver of the vehicle to be able to be protected when they work outside their vehicle, and also to give special permissions to trained colleagues who are allowed to work safely and close to their vehicle. That's within the permissions of the driver to give, if you like, a digital thumbs up to his colleagues. Beyond that, we'll be looking at some more complex segregation applications, such as creating virtual fences or perhaps geo-fenced areas. Again, pretty smart stuff, but all achieved through simple software and, again, remote software upgrades to the hardware we're already selling to our clients.
Now, Jacqui, what's the one thing that you would say to companies whose people might be at risk from moving plant or machinery?
Well, I'd maybe ask a question first of all, which is, do you think your employees can easily make a judgment on the distance between them and a moving vehicle? And if you have a distance that you want them to stay away from that vehicle and that is critical to their safety, then you're putting quite a lot at stake in that judgment. And maybe you should consider whether technology can actually help with that.